Okay, so I've been using this carbon fiber mouse for over 2 weeks now, and I used it for productivity work and pretty heavy gaming. And so some background on this mouse is that it weighs 38 grams, and on my scale it weighs close to 40 grams. Things I noticed that are good about this mouse is that it doesn't show any fingertip or sweat marks at all. That's probably because I haven't used this mouse long enough for it to actually show, but since I think this is because it's metal, it actually doesn't show that much fingerprints at all basically. But compared to the Matte R, the plastic mouse that I've been using before, the Matte R picks up a lot more fingertip and sweat marks. The mouse has really good clicks. I think that the left and right clicks could be a little bit lighter, but overall I think they're still pretty good clicks, and the side buttons are really nice, and the scroll button is also really nice. Okay, so let's talk about the shape of this mouse. It's not a bad shape at all. I can comfortably claw grip it. It should fit many people, unless you have like really big hands. If you have small hands, this mouse is really good for you. And I think that I still like the Matte R shape better because the Matte R actually has a higher hump compared to the Akitsu. And because of that, I feel like the Matte R hugs my hand better when I grip it compared to the Akitsu, because the Akitsu actually tapers off like a little bit too much. If you ever use the Viper V2 Pro, you know how the Viper V2 is like really flat, it tapers off so much there's not really a hump to it. But with the Matte R, actually tapers off less with the Matte R, and there's actually a hump that you could rest your hand on it. But with this one, there's still a little bit of hump, but not as much as the Matte R. So I found that this mouse is a little bit more flat, and that the end of this mouse actually digs into your hand a bit more than the Matte R, which actually just hugs your hand better. So if you're looking for like a better shape, I'll say that the Matte R has a better shape. But if you don't really care about that, you can still go for that. The build quality on this mouse is really nice. No matter how hard I flex or squeeze on the mouse, it just doesn't budge at all. So let's talk about the dongle with the screen that came with the mouse. I don't really use the screen on the dongle because I never really feel the need to look at it, because I just go to the software, set up everything I want in the mouse software once, and then I never look at it again. And so I don't see why I need a screen to look at what I set for my mouse software, because I never feel the need to change it. And also what's good about this mouse is that it has 8K polling, but then again it doesn't really matter because 8K polling compared to 1K polling is actually like impossible to actually tell the difference. And I'm not going to get into the argument of 1K polling versus 8K polling. You can just watch Ultimate Tech's video about it and you'll figure out why I don't really care about it. And also I never even turn on 2K polling on this mouse or 8K polling on this mouse. I just kept it at 1K polling the entire time I was using it, and mostly I did it because of battery life. Since this is a light mouse, it only has around only 200 milliamps of battery, and 8K, if you use 8K polling, you're only around gonna get like 10 hours of battery life, which is insane. But if you only use 1K polling, you get like 60 hours. Okay, now let's move on to the bad stuff I noticed about this mouse. The coating on this mouse is non-existent. I don't even know if there's a coating at all on it, but if there was, then the coating is really terrible, because if there's a coating, it's like it's not even there. This might be because putting coating on metal might be difficult or something like that, I don't know. But the coating on this mouse is actually like terrible. Every time I try to grip the mouse, it feels slippery because of all the sweat that accumulates on the mouse and from my hand. So then every time I feel the need to wipe it down and stuff, because the sweat just makes the mouse super slippery. And you could say like, yeah, go put grip tape on the mouse, but this is a carbon fiber mouse. Why would I don't want to like ruin the design of it with grip tape. And it's not that big of an issue. I never actually felt the mouse slipping away and just like falling off my table because I can't control it or whatever. I can't hold on to it. I'm just saying how I just don't like the feeling of like sweat on my fingers from the mouse. Because so if you really like coating on your mouse, like you want like your mouse to be super grippy at all times, then I would still recommend the Matte R to you, or just get any other mouse with a good grip. The default skates on this mouse were terrible. The default ones were like gray skates on it, and they came pre-installed on the mouse, and they're really terrible on glass pads. They're really scratchy, they didn't feel right, and it probably felt better on cloth pads, but I probably wouldn't even use that on cloth pads, honestly. And in the box, they do include white skates in the box, so definitely use those skates instead of the default gray ones, or use your own mouse skates. And then the last thing I want to touch upon is the price of this mouse. This mouse, I got it for sale during Black Friday, and it was $100 on sale. It was not on sale, it actually runs for $140. I'll say that if you really want like a metal mouse, you should wait until it goes on sale and get it for $100 or something like that, because I think there's like a great deal at $100. But at $140, I think it's not that good of a deal, because you could get the matte art for around $70 right now. You could have bought honestly like 4 or 3 of these for the price of one of these, and this has like 99% of the features that this has, apart from AK polling. But you don't really care about AK polling because it doesn't really matter. But if you don't care, you just want like a fast, always in stock carbon fiber mouse, then from Amazon, and then you can get really fast delivery, then get this mouse. But I think that you should save your money and just get a matte R. So in conclusion, is objectively the mouse good? Yes. Objectively, like without price, without like any opinions on it, is the mouse good? Yes. It has great features, it has a great shape, it actually has really good clicks, great side buttons, great scroll wheel. Everything about this mouse is really good. And so in conclusion, if you don't care if the mouse is metal or plastic, get the matte R. If you care about getting a metal mouse, get the Akitsu. That's really it. If you want to support me in this channel, please consider joining my Patreon. And that's really it. See ya.